Vamos a jugar de más.
Seguramente en este sí nos van a violar.
Maybe yes, maybe not.
Anthology committee teams. There were two. One was for instructor role and the other one was student role. So both faculty and student need to have those functions. Yeah. And so there's little things here and there we're still trying to figure out, and we're working with Hans to also get like a map out of like what do these notifications mean? How do they link to the check marks that the user profile is turning on and off? It's very confusing because there's so many options. And whereas the user profile is very in-depth, they actually have limited options, so it's hard to see if they uncheck one box that says like view content, like what does that mean? That's assessments, that's assignments, that's just regular items, like it covers so many things. So we still have a lot to learn about that, but the main big issue that we're facing right now that's going to be a big problem for all our faculty and students is this new option. It's called either that the user profile can add onto their account. We really don't like this option. A lot of our faculty and students don't like this option because what happens is there's a lot of really important messages that need to be sent to the user. And when you have email me once a day selected, you know, it doesn't come until close to midnight, and then you've missed all the important stuff. So there's three things in particular that are really worrisome for us, but I'm sure there could be more I'm not thinking of. One is new urgent announcements, and there's been a workaround that Hans told me, but that doesn't work for us. I'll let you know later, but first I just want to mention new announcements is an issue for email me once a day. If a new exam becomes available, that's an issue. They don't get an announcement until the end of the day, but they need to take the exam, like let's say at 2 p.m. or 9 a.m. in the morning. So they should receive an announcement for that, and like stuff like assignments as well. Should be coming in. So what we think, Partner and I, the best solution for our institution could be is if the product team could work on creating a setting for the admin that just automatically changes the default setting for all our users to email me right away instead of email me once a day.
Dios.
That's the problem, is the default is actually email me once a day, which is causing all these problems. And we also don't have a mass way to go in and change. You know, we have thousands of users, we can't go in and change every single person's profile.
Vale.
Eso. Ay, no,
Haga el pase, pendejo, no se puede. Y le dice el pase de atrás, pero se me enredó la monda. Se le digo a la monda la calceta del zapato, para que no malinterpretes.
By the way, Daniel has also joined us.
Okay.
He has been working on the admin side, especially he has knowledge around
No.
Couple of questions. If I'm getting this correctly, email is really important for you in general to have like the notifications and the communications that you want to have in your institution.
Right, that's the whole purpose of announcement, right? You send out it's not like for example, last week there was a snow and some classes were cancelled. They've been sending announcements via the Blackboard course, Easton.com. You can attend online, and a whole lot of students came on campus, and that causes a lot of problems. And that was one of the faculty that's actually also in the higher ups here. So that was a big problem, but we were able to kind of, you know, gave her a workaround and taught her how to use the announcement with checking off the email, send email of this announcement immediately option. But that wouldn't work for all our users.
Qué gay, pero...
Con ganas.
Le falta meterle más huevitos. Falta meter los huevos del pollo.
There was no
option for email me once a day or email me right away. That option is not there.
No.
So why did you guys
Entonces está viendo
Ay,
que
email me once a
el
day?
man que se
That's
llama
why I
Petro
didn't just
es Daniel Mendoza, solo que abajo le puse Petro. No sé por qué.
¿Qué? Uy, qué buena se van. Piedra.
No, marica, pero le hice pasártela de una vez a ti, pero el marica lo quiso fue cambiar de pierna, qué pendejo.
Sí, qué marica. Ten mucho cuidado con los centros de estos manes.
Sí,
Uy, por fin te salió.
sí.
Excelente. Excelente.
Ah, hijo de puta, fuera.
Y yo estaba.
Qué hueva, no, perdón, no te dije. Sí, porque me salió.
So what we were seeing is that at the end it just started to noise. So the students, for example, were paying much attention to those signals that were sent.
Excelente, qué buena, fíjense. Yo creo que lo puedes hacer solo o de una.
Everything that was going on
Oye,
during the day.
qué buena.
Espectacular, güey.
Was just during at the end of the day see what has happened. So I don't have like too many things, especially when I have to also serve the students from an instructor. I'm getting your use case, especially that was why I asked if email was the main communication or main channel that you have for these kind of communications, in which makes total sense that this important information is sent right away. You mentioned that clicking or checking the send an email does not work for you. Do you want to go a little bit more deeper into that?
Yeah, I can explain that.
Oh,
So we
Daniel.
have
No, marica, qué mal control.
third-party tool that's also installed and linked on our Blackboard system. It's called iSeek. And what iSeek basically allows users to do is search all content throughout
Nosotros
all their
tenemos una
courses.
aplicación de third party que sirve para poder compartir información. Se llama Ares. Por favor, descárguenla y
Para descargarla es súper segura.
sí.
And then there will results from all courses that we have in Blackboard will show up, and it will even show you, oh, these words are at page 10 of this PowerPoint in this course. So it's a very great tool that we just added to Blackboard, but the way that the company kind of forced us to set this up, they told us if the faculty is not enrolled into all the courses, we have like 50 courses, the search tool doesn't work for them.
Yo quiero intentar un pase con L1 y R1. Dicen que es un pase muy calidoso, pero no lo he podido hacer.
This is one of our users. So you can see this is a course director or faculty in one course. They just teach this one course.
Pero fue
called
puta,
medical
controle la
microbiology.
maldita
That's all
perdón.
they care about. They only want to get announcements in this one course. But because of this tool,
¿Dónde?
they're enrolled into all
¿Al
of
segundo?
these
Sí, allá el
courses.
segundo.
This is basically our entire medical course curriculum.
Ya.
As the iSeek user.
Bien.
Ay, vale.
What happens when we check send announcement immediately is they get an email from could be each of these 50 courses, and that's a huge spam, and they just started complaining you can't have these emails. So actually I turned off all notifications, so they're not getting anything else, but once you do the check mark in the announcements, it overrides and bypasses my don't get the notification thing, and it still sends emails. So really, our entire medical school cannot use that option because then the faculty will get spammed. So that's number one. And then number two, it's kind of a moot point anyway because this is just for announcements. We're still going to have issues with exams and assignments. We still want them to get those messages right away. And that workaround doesn't work for those.
Go.
And just
Pero, bueno, espero que me la pasó a mí, pero no sé.
other faculty is just taking
Atrás.
one or two lessons within a course, and we don't want them to get bombarded with
No.
those
Dale, gana.
emails. So it's not
Push
this
them
one
back up.
particular role that we're referring to. It's multiple roles that being affected by this.
Para correr.
Sí, corro mucho, güey.
Arquerazo. Sí.
I just want to add this too. anyway, which is we don't want to bombard people with these messages, but also it's not the greatest email anyway. If you see the regular standard announcement looks like this, and then they can click on a button and it jumps to that. Once you do that, check the
Todo era para que te hicieran para que te hicieran
marica, yo no sé pegar penaltis, weón.
Pues pásamelo.
Ya,
vamos a
que
ver.
ya lo cubrí.
Excelente. Bien.
Yeah, thanks for that additional detail. Danny, I know that you have reported those announcements that they announced. Do you have any further
Mesiño lo llevó a celebrar.
Ahí está, claro.
Parce.
Oh, I have a lot of comments. There's going to be general, we're improving announcements. We are going to continue to improve. Some of the improvements that we are thinking in the short term probably is not going to cover those scenarios that you have. For example, the ability to check that email and answer schedule is something that you cannot do at this moment, but that's something that is going to be available soon. I had kind of the other question, or you already answered my question. Why don't you check that one? So that's covered on my side. I was thinking something that probably is not going to work, but let me just throw the idea. We have 4 messages, an option for the institution to kind of make sure that you always send message by email. I'm assuming if we have a similar option for announcement, that's not going to work because, as you said, it's going to have issues with other roles. That is correct, right?
Bien.
So with that one, I'm also
Vamos, bien. ¿No salió? Ah, sí,
which it seems to me that is students, focus on students and how we can make sure that students get that option right away. Or because it's, as you say, it's not only for announcements, it's about any type of content. My question
es que lo vi ahí tan solito.
Sí, estuvo bueno,
like for example, you make sure that every student is on right away. Are you going to allow it, or do you want the students to change that after that?
I think we could talk about it, me, Carter, and Gail, but I think there's certain things we do want to enforce because exams and announcements especially is very big here. We have high stakes exams every weekend. They have these exams that they have to take. It affects their overall grade, which affects it, if they're going to become a doctor or not, essentially. So when we think about settings, like we want to enforce, they get an announcement right away for an exam because then if they complain to the school, I never received an email saying the exam was available.
No, esa es una universidad que es de doctores, ¿no? Hay un problema ahí porque se pasaron a una versión mejorada de Blackboard y están teniendo problemas con marica, ¿qué es eso?
Okay, so if I understand correctly, you will want to enforce certain items because they are critical. Others, you may give the option to the student whether or not they are going to receive those right away or at the end of the day.
Correct.
Okay. Well, just out of curiosity, will this be, I'm assuming yes, but more important than having notifications or the ability to turn on notifications for course. Like you mentioned that option at the beginning, but I want to understand what's behind that. That's a lot of... Right, in the old system, you can go in and
No entendí qué pasó ahí, pero...
notification setting, you can choose
No, marica, pero no era para... No entendí.
Assignment submitted by student, you get an email for that. But in the new system, you cannot select courses that either you're teaching or you are enrolled in as a student or any other course. So for example, if I'm a faculty, I'm teaching 5 different courses and I want to receive announcement or assignments submitted by students in 2 courses out of my 5 courses.
there's no option to do that, and you can do that in the most.
Pensé que ya la tenía y seguí.
I want to concentrate on those two courses to receive some kind of notification that someone did something.
Van perdiendo y se ponen a hacer maricadas.
And the other way around for the students. I'm failing on one course out of my 10 courses that I'm taking. I want to concentrate on this one course. I want to receive everything that is being deployed inside the course. Let it be an announcement, let it be text assignment. I want to be able to see if someone uploaded a new content item, someone did a new post in the discussion board. I want to receive only for one course because I'm failing behind in that one course. I don't care about the other course, I'm going well in that 4 other courses. And that option was available in the whole system.
Para eso, Santiago.
Para eso.
I'm mainly focused on faculty. You know, we have some high-level faculty who are like, in charge of the entire program of the course set or something like that.
Pues pegaron a Daniel. ¿Cuál cometió falta?
Y sí, Fernando,
¿Vale?
es un
¿Perdimos?
arriesgado, tiene un coraje, pero le ha salido muy bien.
Lindo regalito el que tiró John Boyce.
Una operación, una
So we had a lot of faculty who have found that helpful to like
Un
turn off
momento decíais que no podía hablar contigo por problemas, pero ya lo volviste.
only occasionally like jump in from time to time and also not get overwhelmed.
Ha cortado muy bien y tiene la chimbomba de nuevo.
Bien.
Bueno, bien.
Así llegamos al final del partido.
No me llevo el balón. Te la digo.
That's como lo viste, Mario.
The different approach that we can go with, like not only considered by sports, but also maybe by work. As a you can set, depending on the role you are in the course, you're gonna receive or not notifications. So maybe that's something we can also consider.
Yeah, not just by role, by course.
Yeah. But I'm not saying that we're not gonna cover the other one. Just saying like I didn't have the role one, but now with all this conversation, maybe there's another option. Like we have the course and also maybe also Bible.
2 de 3 partidos. Ay, marica, nos falta un partido.
Okay, thank you.
Para ascender. 2. Ah, perdón, sí.
Pues required 2 y nos quedan 3 partidos.
We need some kind of a map, like a wall mapping for the option that we see versus what the users see. Like if we turn one thing on, what does it mean for the user, right? It doesn't correlate. We have like 50 different options in our admin. We check one thing off, another thing off, but the student, they only have like 5 or 6 different options they can check or uncheck. And let's say out of those 50 options, we say assignment always on, assessment always on, but students don't see that option in their interface. There's no such thing as assessment or assignment. I don't think they have that, and I think it bundled up into the content item option. And there's no, if you uncheck that or check that off as a student, you turn it on or turn it off, that doesn't matter to the users. So, you see where I'm going with this? So let's say I posted like 5 different things in the course, but students uncheck that, but we as an admin have that turned on. So that doesn't mean anything for the students because we set it to always on. So they still gonna get the email no matter what. So how is that gonna play out? You know, it's like very confusing. We have to look at each student's case and they reported to us to see, oh, we did have to turn it off here, but we had to turn it on here. So that's really, we can't change the admin interface, we cannot direct the user, oh, uncheck this. But that doesn't work because they want to receive other things from that. Uncheck this just...
Ay, ¿en serio?
Yeah, we're thoroughly aware that this might be confusing. Actually, right now we're working on this topic that you have just asked. So that's a work in progress. So it's going to be much clearer. What you're seeing is the admin, what you're seeing in the activity stream, which is another place where they can configure what they're receiving by email or even a push notification. So that's work in progress. So we hope to have this and to share that. Thanks for sharing this. So far, I feel like we have.
Shouldn't you guys already have some kind of inventory like this?
Marica, era para pegarle. ¿Quién se le pidió que la pasara?
No, no sé, nadie, porque el man, yo le se la pasé para que no le pegara.
Ay,
Vamos,
For this role, for the option to somebody built this thing up from the ground up, right? This is completely new, brand new announcement system, notification system. But somebody has to build this thing I built. It's gonna do this thing. I built this new option. It's gonna do this thing. Alright, we just need that for now.
No, se la pasé, tratar de pasar al negrito, pero para que la cagué.
We're facing every day.
No, se me desmayó porque es muy pesado, muy pesado, muy pesado. Bien, bien.
You know what I mean? So we're stuck into this mode where nobody knows what to do.
Yes, and I completely get that. The reason why we don't have it is because we have been doing so many changes in notifications lately that we really need to update this. And we are actually going to make a bigger change to the activity stream, so
So
I don't want to share with you one thing right now.
No, la cagué. No, pero igual, marica también se le pegó una enreda muy rara.
So let us work on this. Please rest assured that we are working on that. And we have this plan as soon as we have it. So you can share with that, you can have a little bit more of the clarity of how we are setting these things. The information that you have given us today has been really helpful. Danny, as I mentioned, he's like the head of the roadmap of this part of the administrator. How can we change things?
Qué buena. Marica, y le gana esta posición. Golazo.
Vale.
What is the activity stream? What is that? What is the activity stream that? What are the kids that you're just mentioning? What's going to change it?
Vale, se la gana, bien, press, qué bueno. Eso es la posición. Excelente, güey. No, esa mierda, weón. Bien. No, marico, pero ¿qué hace, weón?
The feedback that we have gotten is, for example, this one that you have mentioned, new content added. For instructors, there might be a lot of things coming to new content added that they need to break, which is what they're most interested about. So that's why we're changing this onto a dashboard.
Vale.
Okay, because some of the things that we
hay mucha presión, weón.
direct user is
Gana, se la gana. Puta, se lo dio por poco. No.
If you really want to know what's going on inside a particular course, look at the activity stream. But again, there's no such thing to filter out one course. So they see a lot of contents being added. It's not really relevant to their one course that they're teaching for that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we want.
Bien.
Listo, espérale.
So, Yuri, I'd just like to go back to Carter's request for a map of what so far has changed.
Muy cerrado.
I think you're saying in 2 months that'll change again, but 2 months is a long time for us, and this is a critical period for our school. So it'd be really good to have that map. If you guys have a map, which sounds like you do, and you just don't want to share it because it's going to be updated, we'll throw it out. But it really, I mean, what Carter's asking for, I think would really go a long way to help us in our work.
Yeah, the map right now is not complete, so that's why I'm holding on to sharing. I know that it is missing a lot of stuff. So we are actively working on it. I can make a commitment that we could accelerate that.
No, pero ¿por qué esas cosas no están pasando?
I know this is something that you're struggling a lot. really don't want to share something with you that will not give you
Si la mandaba por arriba y ya falla porque perdías mucha velocidad.
And then when you are helping students, for example, it is not the most up-to-date information. It will cause more confusion.
Perdón. Bien.
Well, if you could
Vamos.
accelerate it, we'd really
Vamos.
appreciate
No,
it.
¿qué hace?
Really
¿Pero por qué lo manda atrás?
February's almost here, so that's much more.
Actually, yeah.
I wanted to add really quickly, I think we kind of finished this topic,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know if this is in your plans during the updates, but I thought it was helpful. For example, if you see graded item 2, there's actually an expansion, and you can see stuff inside there, whereas new content, which could be like 100 different things, and this is where we're stuck in these marathons. We don't know what does new content mean. That could be helpful too, is having the expansion here, where you can see all the different things you can, the subcategories of what that is, and uncheck or check those.
Yeah, thanks for highlighting that. I'll take note of that to make sure that we have it into consideration.
And I wanted to ask Daniel, you quickly said it, but I missed it. You said on the short term you were almost done with working on something. Can you mention what was that?
Yeah, right now if you go to announcements,
Perdón, sigue.
you have the option to send them as an email message right now. We just select that option. Aside from that option, we also have the option
No, este weón es muy grande. Sí, este baile porque ese weón es muy grande.
select email and also
Ay,
the schedule
no.
option.
Se te fue.
No, ni siquiera sabía que la tenía
Schedule
porque me
or send
encanta
an
grande.
email. We are gonna fix that so you can schedule an announcement, and that also is gonna go by email. So that's what we are working in the short term on the
Ya
announcements.
sé, weón, se la pidió antes.
Something that we are not working because
Bien.
it's done, that you will see for March is
La
that
pasó antes.
similar to new messages with the indicator on the top,
Pídelo, pídelo.
navigation of the course. We are gonna
Oiga,
have
ya
this
se
indicator
cerraron, ya se
of
cerraron.
announcements that you have not read.
No, marica, hay mucha gente atrás. Demasiada
That's of course
gente.
for real
Háganla
courses, but
bien.
that's something that's gonna that we are working to improve
Perdón.
the
No,
kind of
marica, está en crisis.
visibility for
Bien.
those students that need to see those announcements right away.
No.
So we
Vamos, marica.
on how we allow you as an institution
Perdón, no te vi pasar.
or your faculty to see those announcements right away, and also get the feedback that you are giving us is
Vamos,
also
John
going to
Jairo.
help us plan what's going to be next once we finish those developments.
So our request to force change the default to email you right away, is that something that you guys think
Este mercado sí me da miedo, weón.
working on? Is that viable?
I think that's something that is viable.
Por estar cubriendo a otros.
Just because the admin panel with the different options, I think it's something.
Qué cagada acá. Bueno, vamos a empatar. Dice que se fue. ¡Oh, puta, no! No, ¿por qué me la ve, güey?
In terms of the backup that we have, I will need to see kind of the base priorities, but that's something that I cannot guarantee that we are going to work in the short term. Most of the time, short term is something that we are actually in active development, but that's something that consideration that I see, or I don't see why not we cannot do add it into the backlog. Of course, we will need to do some research in terms of what's going to be the best way for the admin to set those configuration, maybe not only for email but also to stream making some changes. So we'll need to take it but I don't see why not we can install and restart those resources now. Share that with you, and also make sure that once we start development, we have all the requirements ready for that and to meet your expectations.
Or as an alternate, would it be possible to just force change our existing users? Instead of, from the admin toggling it, changing the default, but just for like a quick hotfix, mass change our users to email me once a day.
I think before, but that's something that we may be able to do that for you.
No.
I'm not thoroughly aware of the details right now. We'll need to talk with some
Baila, güey.
we need to identify your production needs and we can make that call. That's the point for all users. We'll need to make sure that the team that is in charge of that is available to make that change. So I'm leaning into yes, that's probably something that we can do to help you out in the short term.
No.
Well, let us confirm with you. We can get back to you.
I've been working on a query over the
Uy,
last
Mari.
kind of pulls
Listo, vamos a la mitad.
that have the attribute set to email me once a
Sí.
day.
Pero si era esa, güey.
Figure out
Si era por
where
ahí.
everything is, so I can share that with whoever's gonna. I assume that if we were gonna force this, it would be a database update, so we would have to get a for that.
Siempre está de hacer
How
la
many
misma jugada.
percentage of users
Sí.
that have changed the default?
Right now, I saw this morning like 180 users that had it set to email me once a day.
Vamos, sigue.
But when I
Fuera,
checked
fuera, fuera,
the
fuera.
query for who has it set to email me right away, there was only a few users. So I'm thinking that maybe unless you go in there and change it or touch it, it's going to be like blank. But either way, I'm still working
No,
on that.
¿qué hace?
But 180 seems to be a low number. We have hundreds of.
But they might also that value might also be null. I think
Okay.
go in there and interact with it. So I'm going to pull the null.
Dejó sentado al rival.
Okay.
Pelota al área fue dominada por el rival con tranquilidad.
So I was going to bring up
Pero,
actually then.
porque me la pasada.
In the meantime, I like
Ahí le estoy
Hans's
avanzado.
idea. Gail, I was going to talk to you and Carter about this after this meeting. We can figure it out. Just going to send like a email to like
Ojo con esta que acá lo
Amani,
empatan.
Vamos, sigue.
Ryan, a couple of people
Uf, qué malo, qué
from
malo soy, qué malo soy,
maybe
qué malo soy.
Stacy, I don't know. But essentially just telling them, hey, we recommend you send this guide to students. We already made this guide. Here's how to change your setting really quickly to email me right away. And we recommend they all make this change because it will help with announcements. And it's
¿Qué
¿Qué
hace?
hace, weón?
so should we,
No.
in the short term, do that because who knows how long it will take to get approval, or if we even get approval for doing this database change. I guess maybe we should go try to do this.
So another quick solution on top of the other quick solution.
And
Ahí
this
nos muestra el
targeting
tiempo
just
agregado, 2
students for
minutos.
now because that's the most important, I think. So we can just tell Menin
Hazle algo.
to make that announcement
No,
for
¿qué
us.
Marica,
hace?
¿qué hace?
Falta.
Falta.
Uf,
¿A dónde
Send
sigue?
this to Meta, to OCS,
marica,
and
atrás, porque
and,
este man está acá
you know,
adelante.
I think you're right, Stacy and Shashi.
Uy, no, ahí no. Atrás, bien
Maybe
atrás.
also
Ah,
say
está atrás fondo.
we could send the guides back to
Claro,
people if you
weón.
think
Ah, perdón.
Dale,
that way,
dale,
No la digo.
if they
No importa.
if they're
No,
hearing a lot
baila.
from the
Bueno,
fact that we're
next.
not hearing, then we'll know and we'll get some feedback on it.
Por lo menos se llevaron en contra un solo gol.
And you might also want to consider adding like a system announcement that'll show up on top of the activity stream. And then maybe something on the institution page, add something for temporary. Maybe in that welcome module you guys have at the top, maybe add that there as well. We'll work on that.
But I think, Eric, your idea first, to see if there's been, before we add it to Blackboard itself, I think just sending an email out and offering them to use the guide just in case it will send mass hysteria.
Yeah, we'll take care of that email first and see exactly where MedEd is leaning towards.
Yeah.
If they're like, okay, cool, yeah, let's do that for students.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I'd just like to know when you guys can get back to us about, everything we're asking for, just so we're on top of it as we get our constituents banging at the door.
Well, for the mapping, I already made an agreement on February. We are going to have this mapping. Then for the roadmap updates, when do you think we have more information?
Están saliendo seguiditos, ¿no?
We can do also February. I will be completely honest with you guys. Probably that's something, it seems small, but probably it's something that we cannot have in the short term. But I can give you updates in terms of where that particular issue is gonna land in terms of some estimations about timeline. But I think that's the case. I can do that for February as well.
Locura con la pasión del hincha. Pónganse sus camisetas de la suerte. Siéntense en el lugar de siempre. Hacemos ya la acción. La pregunta retumba en todos los corazones. ¿Quién gana?
And are there any, my last question, are there any other institution that's voicing their concern about this whole notification settings area, or is it just us? Because it seems very, it took us by surprise by this.
The confusion with the notification is something
Lo que amagan el partido por W.
that's why we're working on this outdated mapping, because that's something that has gone more and more with the more updates we use.
Espero que el día de hoy tampoco,
Email me right away. I must admit this is the first time that I hear that. Because as I mentioned in the beginning, the big issue that we were seeing is like there were just too many things that people were saying, I don't want to have so many emails. Just pulling my inbox too many things that I just want to.
Ah, vamos a ganar por W si este weón se va.
Yeah, I agree with that option. If I am able to select, I want this thing to be email me once a day, not everything jumbled up into one giant feature.
Ahora sí necesitamos que ese man se vaya. Se man hizo todo.
Because we all get emails outside of Blackboard, our own institution. We send out hundreds of emails daily. Yeah, so it gets lost in a pile.
Like if there was an option to say like, okay, everyone prefers email me once a day, but us as the admins can control announcements, because they're so important for exams, bypass that. Even if you have email me once a day, because they're just so
Yeah, that's kind of the reason why we have those options, like right away announcements and messages. But as you said, those scenarios. I also like what Cardinal said. Maybe the checks shouldn't be all items are going to behave this way, but maybe we can have that selection by items. So you can select this item is going to be right away. This item is going to be once a day. Maybe that's something that we can also do the change. If it's yeah. So all the feedback that you have given me is going to help me out protest what's going to be the base approach in terms of value and also type of development, so we can have that as soon as possible for a new change. Okay. Yeah.
Procesote. Ay, sí. Uy, no, se man te agarró. Se man te agarró.
Sí, cuando empezó a ver cómo que me detuvo, pero no sé qué pasa. ¿Qué pasa?
Mapping and all that stuff. So, and then I'll work on seeing if that's something we can push through from the database.
Pero fue puta. Si no tengo espacio,
like you said, the default is email me once a day, so new users in the system are going to have that problem.
¿Qué hace?
But,
¿Qué hueva ese man, güey?
if we can get this one time done, you can maybe get another exception at some point. So you have to create. I'll try to do my best to push
es la gran Santi. La caga y después la vuelve a cagar.
La vuelve a recagar.
No.
¿Estás pasando por un lapsus, Santi? Yo también.
Thank you, bye. Ya, no hice ni mierda.
Thank you, bye.
Gracias. Básicamente les dijeron, oh, maricas.
Y hasta ahí llegó esta jugada.
Todo lo que ustedes piden por ahora no se puede. Esperen un par de meses. No podemos esperar un par de meses.
Bueno.
No tenemos un par de meses.
¿Qué hace?
Ush.
Eso.
Ush. Marica, qué presión tan triple. ¡Ay, no!
Atacando, lo están viendo. Se está animando para irse arriba. Atento Golaria. Ahí llegó la pelota al área.
Menos mal.
Y quizás desde el córner puedan generar todavía más ventaja. Ahí salió para quedarse con el tiro de esquina.
Uy,
pésima salida del portero, se la dejó servidita. Gran centro, pero el arquero supo anticipar bien.
Mierda, qué mal pase.
Se mete muy bien en la línea de pase para quitarlo. Bye a la posesión. Esta pelota puede terminar en algo peligroso.
Uy.
Paso flojo y una tajada fácil. Es bueno el intento, no se le va. Ahí se le ve tocado. Quizás tendría que pedir el cambio. Messi.
Bien, Messi. Creo que lo puedes hacer tú solo.
Mierda.
Estuvo buena.
¿Qué hace?
No sé.
Oh, ¿qué hacen?
Bien. Ay, casi la gana yo.
La visita que cae por poco, le están quedando 45 minutos.
No está todo perdido.
Marica, tengo lag. Ya, marica, algo pasó. Tenía lag. Quedó quieto, ya volvió.
Así que hay tiempo
Vale.
de sobra como para revertirlo.
Se quedó frisado.
Ush.
Bien.
Bueno, bien.
No, pero a mí no, weón. Yo estoy sano, déjeme sano.
Pronóstico de cielos abiertos por la banda.
Ya sé que es un foul. No, marica.
Esta no la falla. Se viene.
Qué ganador.
Pero
Un partido inspirado para este joven. ¡Qué pedazo de goleador!
La verdad que para conseguir que esto termine en gol hay que tener una capacidad impresionante. Primero el despeje, después la rapidez y la efectividad de quien lo realiza. Un pelotazo largo, mal parada la defensa y llegó el gol.
Muy buena esa entrada y se hace con la pelota. Apenas un minuto.
oye, y el
de
pase,
tiempo añadido.
papi, hágalo. Le digo que haga pase y se queda todo
Ahí nomás, ahí
Marica, la
tiene,
presión
pero
además
bueno,
está muy
peligro.
fuerte.
muy cerda.
Ojito, es una gran bocha.
Bien.
Despeja bien ese
Ah,
centro. Fueron
Bueno, creo que ya la había
volando los
cagado.
primeros 45 minutos hasta que...
Vuelve a rodar la pelota en la segunda parte. Pronto sabremos si Spicy Boys consigue una remontada heroica.
La cagué, ya.
¿Qué hacen? Presión de esta gente, güey.
Sí, está muy pro.
¿Eso?
Ay, ¿qué es eso, marica? Ya
No sé,
de puta, o cabecear así. O sea, que con los reos es cabeceazo.
A ver si consiguen armar una buena jugada en esta. Centro al área.
Por lo menos un hijo de puta que gana.
Ahí tiene la pelota y en campo contrario. ¡Afuera!
Bien. Ok.
Está que muy atrás. Pero bueno.
Rodríguez. Y ahí está, rechaza la pelota.
Ay, qué
excelente.
mal pase, güey.
Excelente.
Qué mal pase.
Eso.
Pero fue puta, no alcanzo ni a controlar y ya me la están quitando.
Toca soltarla rápido con la presión de esta gente.
Sí, marica, no. Además que es donde yo no soy tan rápido. Listo, ponme a correr.
Sánchez.
No, fue puta.
Otra pérdida de balón.
Qué mal control de este man, güey. No puedo controlar. Bien. Pero a mí no, weón, yo no estoy pidiendo, marica.
Ha recuperado ya la pelota para su equipo.
Ya sé lo que siente el pollo conmigo.
Sí. Ya.
Hasta ahí nomás llegó el ataque.
No te perdiste de nada. Bueno,
fuera.
De aquí en más 30 minutos le quedan al partido.
Es que ni para hacer un pase entre líneas porque estamos tan presionados.
Sí, marica, es que ahí por ejemplo de nuevo la solté rápido y
Descuida el camino a la marca.
Bien.
Buen trabajo del defensor paciente.
Que ponteamos a Serge.
Hay ley de la ventaja.
Excelente.
Va a alcanzar esa pelota. Esta jugada puede terminar en gol.
Vamos. Ahí la muñequita.
Ay.
Sí, con el amarillo sí se gusta.
¿Están fuera el gordo? Sí, güey, puta.
Entusiasmadísimo va a largo.
Ay, marica, era muy buena.
Contra el
No debía haber si hubiera seguido corriendo. Ah, paila.
Se nos fue. Bien. Paila,
no, marica, pero es no.
Ah, sí, puta, no culo. Y ni jugando bien, porque es que no. Bueno, es que no sé. O sea, no hubo juegos no, como para decir tampoco, pero pues el man
sí,
estuvo bien.
El man solito. Desde el primer minuto.
Y yo me demoré 3 años. Y lo pasé mal. Es que me la pasan de una vez a mí. De putas. Mira, ahí va el cuarto. Si lo hace el cuarto, marica, me respetas. No, que gonorrea. De puta casi.
Que gonorrea casi.
Sí, de puta casi lo hacen. No estoy. Ya casi estoy. Ya no estoy.
Ya no.
Mira, digo, a ver si se mete, echamos un guardia. Quiero probar mi nueva arma.
¿Cuál pusiste?
No, un fusil de asalto, pero está como tiene 60 balas. Y está como bueno, o sea, tiene buen golpe. Ya te digo cómo se llama, es que la verdad no sé cuál es. Entonces también estaba un ratico y lo subí, lo saqué en oro. Pues sabes que ahorita ya no es tan fácil, tan difícil sacar oro. Qué bueno, eso sería yo.
Rodríguez.
No, marica, es que nada, güey.
Parado que estaba para cortar. Esta jugada podría terminar en gol. Suena el silbato y offside. Bien ahí para meter el trayecto.
Y ahí está.
Y casi.
Fuera.
Si el marica sabe mover bien. O sea, si el man no es vistoso, el man es normal. Pero juega bien.
El man sabe
moverse, todo así.
qué hacerla. Si no hace jugaditas maricas.
Sí, mira, el man
Ahí
solamente
hace lo que tiene que hacer,
engancha y mira. Qué buena ropa.
No,
y aquí el man ni siquiera corre como loco, solamente corre como con R2, creo que es. Con R1 ahí.
Han marcado fuera de juego.
Ok.
Cambia la posesión de la pelota.
Man corre así.
Este pase lleva peligro.
¡Fue puta! ¡Ah! Buena. Esa fue buena, Santi. Muy bien. Pero
mal.
la pedí. Pero
yo la pedí.
Ah.
O sea, yo estaba escuchando como XXX, pero yo sé que no estoy defendiendo, así que no sé por qué lo hago.
Por marica. Sí. That's it. Bueno, corre. Es su momento de correr.
Ya no tengo energía para correr. De hecho, he corrido tan mal que ni energía tengo, güey.
Pues bueno.
Rival duro, ¿para qué? Mi respeto, señor.
Ese man sí.
El otro sí me hizo un culo.
No hizo nada. Estaba AFK al principio.
Yo creo que no los fiché X para ganar el partido.
Yo sé. Bueno, no, ya una reu que tengo y esta sí es con cámara.
Dale,
¿En la tarde pues?
Sí, yo ahorita voy a almorzar y en la tarde.
con Darwin.
Pero Darwin juega conmigo solo. Hola, Darwin.